You should watch these videos to differentiate between the tenses. Conditional sentences. The word condition means something essential to the appearance of something else. We pay money to buy things, so paying money here is a condition. So we have two verbs, two sentences. One of them is the reason and the other is the result. Okay, a conditional sentence is based on the word if. There are always two parts to a conditional sentence. One part beginning with if to describe a possible situation, and the second part which describes the consequence. Zero conditional, if, present simple, present simple. We use the zero conditional to talk about permanent truths such as scientific facts and general habits. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. If I'm tired, I go to bed early. If you eat a lot, you put on weight. If it doesn't rain for a long time, the earth gets very dry. First conditional, if, present simple, future simple. We use the first conditional to talk about a realistic situation in the present or future. If they are hungry, I will make some sandwiches. If he studies hard, he will do well in the exam. If we arrive late, we must get a taxi. Second conditional, if, past simple, would plus infinitive. We use the second conditional to talk about improbable or impossible situations in the present or future. If I had more time, I'd exercise more. But I don't have more time, so I don't. If I were rich, I'd spend all my time traveling. But I'm not rich, so I can't. Third conditional, if, past perfect, would plus have plus past participle. We use the third conditional to talk about impossible situations as in the second conditional, in the past. We often use the third conditional to describe regrets. If we had left earlier, we would have arrived on time. If you hadn't forgotten her birthday, she wouldn't have been upset. If I hadn't learned English, I wouldn't have got this job. Notes. Another way to make first conditional sentences is to use unless, which means only if or except. As with if, the word unless can never be followed by will, but only by the present simple. Unless you hurry up, you won't catch the bus. We will stay at home unless the weather improves. A common expression used to give advice has the second conditional structure. The expression is if I were you, I would. Meaning, in your situation, this is what I would do. I've got a headache. If I were you, I'd take an aspirin. I don't understand this. If I were you, I'd ask your teacher for help. This order won't be delivered on time. If I were you, I'd phone the customer to let them know. Now, if or when. We use if to introduce a possible or unreal situation or condition. We use when to refer to the time of a future situation or condition that we are certain of. You can only go if you've got your ticket. When I'm older, I'd love to be a dancer. Compare. If Ali comes back to the office, can you tell him I've gone home? In this sentence, the speaker doesn't know whether Ali is coming back to the office. It is possible, but not definite. When Ali comes back to the office, can you tell him I've gone home? The speaker is certain that Ali is coming back to the office. To talk about situations and conditions that are repeated, or we can use either if or when plus present verb for. You can drive if you're 17. If you don't add enough wood, the fire goes out. When we go camping, we usually take 2 tents. Typical error. We don't use when to introduce possible or unreal situations. Unfortunately, if you arrive too late, you are not allowed to take the exam because they don't accept late enrollment. Not when you arrive too late. See you next atomic video. ولو انت نسيت تشترك في القناة ممكن تشترك فيها وتفعل زر الجرس علشان يوصلك كل الفيديوهات الجديدة. أرجو نشر الفيديو على كل المواقع اللي نقدر ننشر عليها الفيديو ونفيد كل الناس. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك، أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت، أستغفرك وأتوب إليك، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.